Guys.
Sweet.
PK, IVD, you're my goat. How was it working with Jeff Hardy?
I loved working with Jeff. It was the opposite of a really tough match that's like a clash of egos and a battle of politics. It's like I hate that part. I hate the before the match part. Anybody that wrestles me will probably tell you that they either had to pin me down or they didn't see me till like right before the match, and that's I'm just I like to wait till I have to to punch my card in and put the stress on, So, but anyway, Jeff and I were always like-minded. I knew that whenever I had ideas or whatever, that he was going to say, "Oh, cool," and vice versa. And so, besides the fact that physically, we had a lot of chemistry and could do a lot of cool stuff individually and together. Just the mindset, just knowing that we both were looking for the same thing out of a match. Always loved it.
So would you really get met with a lot of resistance, though? I mean, I'm sure you did at some point where there was and it's not about saying names, but just people that would try, even though your stuff speaks for itself and it was already proven.
It's a passive resistance. It's a passive. Yeah. It's like you're sitting around earlier in the day, which I don't want to be there. Like I just mentioned, they got me cornered at that point because we're in a 6-man, and I'm like, fuck. And then it's like you're pretending that you're thinking, not you, me, but anyone that's been in this position. It's like it's just like, huh. But at the same time, it's like when I suggest something, they're just gonna go, maybe, and then they're gonna trump it with what they already know we're gonna do anyway. They already know. Why are we going through this? So I hate it. It feels pretentious to me, that part of it, and I've always felt like creatively stifled, I guess. Just like, and Jeff too. I said this recently on somewhere because he got a little bit of play, but one time we were in this very 6-man doing this exact same thing. Me and Jeff are like, and just like everybody else, because they won't just tell us what they already have in mind. They want us to somehow they think that we're going to feel like we were part of it if they just lay it on to us and, methodically. And we put ideas in between that we're not going to notice. We're faded out or something. It's ridiculous, the whole thing. But anyway, the chair carriers that carry multiple folded up chairs, it goes by on wheels and it's like a big wall and it's going by. And Jeff goes, I'm thinking there's got to be a way we can jump on the back of that and they don't see us, like, because they were just behind the meeting, and it was like I was just picturing going. We didn't want to be there. We knew that we could go out there and steal the show without the headache.
So with that being said, man, like Jeff's recently in the headlines again for a DUI. Like, what's your thoughts on it? Do you think he needs to get out of the wrestling business entirely in order to stay away from the drugs and alcohol?
Well, who am I to say what he needs to do? You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel that. I don't feel that I have any feelings about what he needs to do. I mean, I love him. I wish the best for him. And if he decides to be straight edge and keep wrestling, or if he decides to get out of the business and stay home or whatever, I imagine he's probably got a little bit of a struggle ahead of him. So I just say, more energy to him, but I definitely don't want to push my agenda on anybody because I can tell you what I need to do, but that's all.
Yeah.
All you can really do is hope for their best, for their well-being, right? I mean, because no matter how you look at it, without trying to project, like you said, what we think someone should do, ultimately, especially with someone like Jeff, who's pretty beloved by most people. I don't know anybody that really says anything bad about Jeff ever, or has any negative interaction with him. All you can really do is just hope for his betterment, and that it'll work out, because the last thing any of us would want to see is the wrong kind of headlines, you know.
Yeah.
But when it comes to drinking and driving, how many of us or friends of ours that we've gotten into cars with or whatever could have gotten pulled over on the wrong night and blown a test? I mean, that's the thing about that particular charge is it's just like I feel like most people that I know are guilty of that. You know, sometimes it's like you don't make the best decisions when you're influenced and you think you're good to go. I mean, I saw the video and he was, he didn't do so good with the balance and all that.
Right.
But I mean, it's not the same thing as like rape or murder or robbery. It could have been, like homicide, and that's why so many people hearing me say this, are saying, "Well, you obviously didn't have somebody killed." And no, I get it. But I'm just saying, like there's been lots of times where people are like, Rob, let me call you an Uber. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? And I did feel, I do feel, I'm not saying that I have a problem. I'm just saying that in the world that I know, everyone at the bar is driving home.